Pseudophakic problems on Audio Digest Ophthalmology, Volume 12.
And we're back. So, that was this end of side B of tape 1, but now we're going on to tape 2. It's the side A, ophthalmology tape, from 1983. And me and Steven were talking about some shit, we're hanging out. We're like, what if, this? And we're like, yeah. But what I was saying was this. Imagine if Edgar Allan Poe, William Blake, or some of these poets and writers, imagine if when they shared words, there was Stephen here fucking playing these machines and giving them the perfect soundtrack. They probably would have took their poetry to the next level. And I'm not saying their poetry wasn't next level. I'm just saying, if you reframe something, it could be badass. Variations of reality could be badass. Variations of reality could be badass. Badass. I'm feeling like Patrick Swayze walking into the bar. Give me a beer. I'm here to kick some executive ass. Motherfuckers driving the Porsche. I don't care about your custom license plate. I don't care about your business card. So Plato's allegory of the cave is this. You're in a cave, and your arms and your legs are chained up, your neck is chained up, you can't move your head, you're facing the wall of the cave. You kind of wiggle your arms a little bit, but you can't turn your head. You can move your eyes, but you don't know you're chained. And there's a fire behind you. And it casts a shadow on the wall. And when you move your arms, the shadow moves. And since you can't see your arms or your legs, and you can't turn your head, and all you see is shadows on the wall, that's all that's in your vision. And when you move and the shadow moves, you think you're the shadow on the wall. And you can talk, and you're talking, but you think the shadow on the wall is talking. And you sit, and you are always there. And there's other shadows on the wall. You have some of your best buds. That's one of my buddies, Shadow Jim. He's like 3 shadows down. We sometimes yell at each other. Are you good, Jim? Man, I've been doing good. I've been investing in the stock market. I got game, bro. It's like, cool, dude. I've been listening to Nirvana, Bleach. That's like their best album, because it's like really raw and like, oh, and you hear that Tony, he's working for that label? You talking to Tony, that like shadow number 10? Yeah, Tony, he's pretty far out. But you send Tony a message sometime. All right. Hey, Joe, I'm gonna send a message down to Tony. Tony's like 11 people down. They're gonna hate that. No, okay. Shadows on the wall, living their life with their philosophies, their rules, their science, their beliefs. What would your worldview be if you were a shadow on a wall? You'd only be left there with your imagination. What was that reality like? What kind of society did they have? Was there a mayor every 10th person? Was the president the guy on the head that no one ever knew? Who was God? I'm sure they had worship services, they're all raising their hands, they're like, hallelujah, glory to God, I want to give. All my life, the blood of Christ has set me free. God's anger is scary, His wrath of genocide is something that I accept because this is what I was told. This is what I was told. And so one guy gets the chains broken out, and he's set free, and he falls to the cave floor, and he looks up, and he sees all these strange images he's never seen dimension before. He only saw things 2-dimensionally, and now he turns around and sees it 3-dimensionally, and he's like, what are these strange bodies hanging here that look like the shadows? He thinks they're shadows. shadows. Well, where's his shadow? There's just empty chains. And he's terrified. And he begins to stand up and move. And he's never felt when his mind wanted him to move before. He saw shadows move. He didn't know he was moving. So he's moving and he starts to run. He's afraid and he sees a bright light. Brighter than any light he'd seen before. What is this bright light glowing? Probably looked like the sun to him. Just a circular light radiating upon him. So he climbed through the sun and he emerged into complete and constant light and color and imagery and grass, soil, and sounds, birds flying by, clouds in the sky, and now another light in the sky, another light. And he was afraid. This can't be real. I've never seen anything like this. No one's ever talked about this. People are gonna think I'm crazy. Am I dreaming? But he's not in that state of mind. He's pretty overwhelmed by the beauty of real existence, by removing the veil, by going through, by climbing out of the cave. Emergency, emergency. Sirens wailing. The sun is beaming down. Tree branches curling over. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil and endless beauty. And he ran back into the cave. And he grabbed everyone who was chained up with his hands and he touched them. They'd never been touched before. They'd never been touched before. And he said, "This isn't real! This isn't reality! Our value systems are hollow. All of our religions are based on shadows on the wall. All of our governments are based on shadows on the wall. We've just been playing a game. This isn't real. There's things out here I've never seen before." And they said, "Whoa!" And they kicked him in the ass and said, "You're an idiot. You're crazy. There's no such thing. Get away from me. I don't want you to be around me. I can't. I'm comfortable here. I've lived my whole life this way. Let me just stick with my guns." That's pretty specific political thing right there. I have nothing to I'm talking politics. I'm just having some fun. Nothing wrong with talking about whatever's on your mind. However it hits you. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Improvise. That's what you're doing. That means the energy is fresh. Never been a moment like this. Never made a song like this. This is hot shit. We're better than Beethoven. We're better than Patrick Swayze. We're better than Napoleon Dynamite 2. Yeah. Top in the town. Right here. Let's make up a band name. It's called Cup Scars. Or it's called Bubbly Bubbly Cigarette Butts. Or it's called Flat Ginger Ale. Or it's called Banquet in My Can. Or it's called, dude, that's a dope lampshade. You can name whatever you want to name a band. I can be like, that's a dope lampshade. So I'll be like, that's a band name. And they're like, oh. And if I laugh hard enough, they'll name their band. And that's a dope lampshade. Because it is. Hey, this is episode 8. Comes out Wednesday. Today is Monday. You do the math. Productivity. Put it out there. I got output motherfuckers, and so do you. If you just remove hesitation and don't be afraid to say whatever's on your mind. Don't look away from the page. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Because a moment is new, and then a moment's gone, and they're passing faster and faster. And if your phone's ringing in your pocket, or if your alarm's going off, don't turn away from the page. Say it. If you're afraid to say it, say it. If you're afraid you might sound ridiculous, say it. If you need to let it out, say it. That's a response to reality. It's a true artifact of who you are. I think this is the best episode I've ever done. Here's the lesson. Have some fun with your friends. I don't care about whose is this and whose is that. I just want to hang out and party and play instruments, record tapes, and post them as whatever the fuck I want to post them as. There ain't no podcast like this. Just me and Steven hanging out. This is pretty much just a document of my life. I'm just trying to share, say whatever's on my mind. You know, you got a mind. You probably think about things. What have you been thinking about? Think about it. It's okay to think about it. Do you want to say it out loud? I'm sorry if you don't want to talk about it. But if it's on your mind, let it out. Most of the things that I say, I needed to hear. Most of the things I wanted to say, I didn't know I wanted to say them. But when I flip the switch and remove hesitation and flow without worry or anxiety and not try to iterate the remote past, not try to edit. And I wrote a really dope line this week, and I'm gonna say it. Dopest line all week, here we go. I'm trying to remember it. It was just on my mind. I promise that's not it. Oh, here's an earlier dope line. I said it in the episode before, but I'm doing it again, because I got music. Tricking you, and I'm doing the original one I wanted to do, and I'm just reframing, or maybe all this is that dope line, reframing. You ever heard anything like reframing? I do this shit because I know it's never been done before. Sunday morning, carnival horses. I know people have been weird, but what's never been done before is the unique words I decide to put together, and the way I decide to say them, and the friend I'm with that's making some dope-ass music. That's what's unique about this, the particularity of this moment that's never existed before. From my experience, this is something new under the sun. Brand new to me, brand new to you. Let your ideas grow legs. In this special episode, we're participating. Come on up. The 11th floor, come on up. Those who ascend to descend again. I said, those who ascend to descend again. All my teachers have abandoned their post, and the flock walks backwards into the cave. When did you tell all the poets to get a literary degree? Where did they go? All the poets go that weren't afraid to break the mold, trapped in open mic nights, trapped at poetry events, praising perfectly polished and peer-reviewed poetry, trying to sound like a poet. My bad. I promise I won't do it again. My bad. I feel really guilty because of my Christian upbringing. That's no offense to you if you're a Christian. It's just the kind of pressure I was getting when I was growing up was like, everything you do is a sin. If you have a bad thought, if you think the girl's pretty, if you want to touch yourself, if you want to watch that scary movie, if you want to see a titty. I'm just being honest, when a kid is domesticated to have sword drills and devotionals and resist everything natural, then they might get a little mucked up. They might be 29, talking on a mic, talking gibberish, rambling. I'm just one motherfucker like all the rest. I got a lot of shit that's on my mind. So nothing else has been working. So I just gotta like do it like old school times. You know, they drill a hole into their head and they just let it spill out and they're good to go. So metaphorically speaking, I'm drilling. I have a drill for poetry. Drilling. I have a drill for poetry. Have you emerged from the cave? This might enlighten you to the state of mind I've been praying to. This might entrance you to the cosmos beyond you've been blind to. This is magical music. This is magical music. This is magical music. Today I went to the dentist, got some dental work. I walked out of there, went to the closest coffee shop, just to deal with all the drool on my face. Yeah. I had some dental work because I've been smoking, I haven't flossed enough, and then you just gotta like get that shit cleaned up because you have been living that post-divorce life with like not doing all the shit that you should be responsible for because life is fucking crazy and you're just trying to survive with all the seasons of love and loss and temporality, a moment into a moment gone, passing faster and faster. Hey, it's a moment right now, that moment's gone. Hey, it's a new moment, that one's gone. How does that feel? What if I told you this? All moments are contained in one moment. I mean, that's scientifically like, I don't want to say it's real, but I know it's real because I'm from the future and I've seen the implications of that idea that Einstein had of relativity. Of time being a man-made construct, you know? Don't we adapt to the reality before us? Like shadows on the cave? Are you listening to what I'm saying? Everything adds up. Bystanders in the 11th floor ward, the cords are snapped, he's trapped in this place of mystery with artifacts and different forms of language and communication that he has to learn to live from, sitting right next to the abyss. That also sounds like someone trapped inside a cave, chained up looking at the shadows on the wall. That also feels like you being born into the world with a specific place and specific people and specific lessons. And then at some point, hopefully the chains are broken. I'm not saying your upbringing was bad, but sometimes you have to explore for yourself what reality is. Are you living a shadow on the light kind of wall? That didn't make no sense. Are you living a shadow on the light kind of wall? That's my new band name. We're from Gainesville. I'm actually from Gainesville. No way. That's like my favorite place. I saw the metal band Orator there. Oh shit, they haven't played yet. I know, dude. The Time Machine rules. Middle school fucking ruled. Middle school fucking ruled. That was the best time of my life. I wish I could go back to it. Wish I had my etnies. Etnies, not undies. Jesus. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. I'm drinking the can. I was laid down where I got it. Because that's what normal people do. Hey, I had a bad day. I've been feeling really shitty. I need a lot of personal time. Isolation. Seasonal depression. Everyone's been having seasonal depression. Isolate yourself from the world. Don't get too close. Play it safe. Play it safe. Play it safe. Escape. Emerge. Emerge from the cave. Here's the deal. Steven's gonna take the lead here, and I'm gonna use the sounds he makes to invent words I've never said before. I've been doing that, but we're gonna really just make it intentional for you to listen. And it's only 30 seconds long. Here we go. Buckle up, buckle. You're in for one wild ride. This is one treat you won't want to miss. I hold by your sweet tooth. Pull up a chair. Grab something cold. And start chug-lugging. This is The Modern Imagination with Slapstick Machete. Episode 8, recorded onto my cassette tape Panasonic. That's Steven. Byard. I have an insecurity about pronouncing all my friends' last names because I really know their Instagram names better. But that's your Instagram name. Follow him on Instagram. That's the first time I ever said this on the Slapstick episode. Oh, you're still going? He's feeling it. He's got something to say at 9:33. He's got something to say. At 9:33. What do you want to say? All right. Oh yeah, damn, that's a good beat. Holy shit, you feel it in your bones. I feel that I can throw a spear across America. I took the day off because I got a toothache and it hurts really bad. I can't see still, I can't focus. Goddamn, what's the task at hand? What did I set out to do? Why are you watching me? Who are you? What are your intentions tonight? What's your point of view? Tell me more about you. Did you have a good time? Good time, man. That was sick. You did have a good time? That was sick. Would you like a cigarette? No. Just one more. The devil thinks you should. He said it's a good idea. It'll make you feel better about life. It's not that bad. You know those rock stars live for a long time.
Capsular extraction and therefore no vitrectomy, and some of these had implants and others didn't. Of 17 eyes in this third and smaller group, we as yet have no incidence of CME, and these eyes are roughly equally divided between those with an implant and those without, and a very low incidence of CME, no vitrectomy, no prior surgery. So to summarize, of 121 aphakic and pseudophakic eyes with prior surgery, 39% CME. If it was a combined procedure in a virginal eye with a vitrectomy, 33% CME. A combined procedure without a vitrectomy, 4% CME. And an extracapsular procedure, obviously without a vitrectomy, there was no CME. Let's look at vision for just a moment. If we look at the first group, the ones that had penetrating keratoplasty in an eye that had had previous cataract surgery, only 12% of these had 20/40 or better vision, and 55% had 20/80 or worse vision. In the second group, or the first half of the second group, the ones that had keratoplasty with intracapsular extraction with vitrectomy, 20/40 or better in a third, 20/80 or worse in 50%. But if we did the same operation without vitrectomy, the 20/40 or better group jumped up to 38%, and the 20/80 or worse group dropped down to 17%. Then looking at the combined keratoplasty with extracapsular extraction and no vitrectomy, again, vision is better, 20/40 or better, 47% of that group, 2080 or worse, 23% of that group. 2080 or worse, highest in the aphakic penetrating keratoplasty group and the keratoplasty plus cataract extraction with a vitrectomy. And the good vision is worse in the aphakic group and best in the keratoplasty with extracapsular cataract extraction. Let me now present one case, which is just an interesting case in somewhat more detail to show the frustration that those of us that do corneal surgery have with this problem. A man of 6.
With a feeling blue after a shitty week in Nashville. What does one do with a feeling blue after a shitty week in Nashville? What does one do in Nashville when they're feeling good on a Sunday night after feeling bad all week? What does one do? I feel really exhausted, tired. I went really, really hard. Feel really exhausted, tired. I went really, really hard. I've been giving it all I got. There's nothing left to give on Monday morning. I've been giving it all I got. Got nothing left to give on Monday morning. Okay. Let's talk about the it's not okay. Let's talk about the elefante in the room. All right. Hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate. Where's the motherfucking Advil? Where's the ibuprofen at? Where are my glasses? How old is coffee? What the hell am I doing with my life? Putting on my favorite shoes. I had pee on them last night by the fence with dicks. They were getting mad because we were pissing on the fence. They were dicks. I know it's probably not right to pee on their fence, but they were dicks. Real dicks. They wanted to start a fight. Recognize if you've been listening to my episodes, if you've been listening to my episodes, if you've been listening to my episodes in my bed, I've been losing my shit. I've been losing my shit on the cassette tape. Are you on cassette? We're doing a live episode of Slapstick Machete. Of Slapstick Machete. Let's hit this. Let's hit this hard. Let's give it everything we got. I'm here with Steven. Byard? I always pronounce it wrong. What's the correct pronunciation? Byard. That sounds right. Byard. Stephen Byard. We're hanging out. He doesn't know what's going to happen here. He doesn't know what he's in for. Emerge, emerge, emerge. Emerge, emerge, emerge. He doesn't know what's about to hit him. He doesn't know. He did the music for the first episode that's called Nothing Left to Lose. He did the music for the first episode. It's called Nothing Left to Lose. You're listening to the modern imagination with Slapstick Machete. This is a one of a kind. I don't mind. Me and my buddy kicking back, drinking some banquet. Kicking back, drinking some banquet. Because it's all you can do. The week after, a tornado blew through. I told myself I wasn't going to bring it up. I told myself no one wanted to hear what's on everybody's mind. What's on your mind? No, I'm talking to you. If you're listening, if you're here in the room in the 11th floor ward, if you're here with me, if you're participating, then I'm speaking to you. This is communication. This is language. I like what you're doing. I like this flow. That's right. This is live, improvised. Yeah. Live, improvised. I feel possession coming on. I feel possession coming on. I feel possession coming on. Take it over, take it over. Take it over, take it over. Everything you hear right now is being recorded onto a cassette tape from 1983. Coronavirus, going viral. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. Beware of Larry. He's gonna get you. All right. So, what you been thinking about? What do you want to say? It doesn't have to be with words on the page. What do you want to say? You don't have to spit it on the microphone. What do you want to say? You can say it with whatever's on your mind and in your hands. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. A moment anew, a moment gone. Faster, faster and faster. Moment anew, a moment gone. Faster, faster and faster. A moment anew, a moment gone. All moments are contained in this moment. Time is an infinite flow, chasing itself, wills proceeding, chasing itself, wills proceeding, chasing itself, wills proceeding, chasing itself, wills proceeding. February's been a really shitty month, but with March comes good things. February's been a really shitty month, but with March comes good things. Do you know what these tapes are, these episodes, whatever you want to call it? Podcast, cassette tape. Maybe this is rock and roll music. Maybe this is techno. Maybe this is whatever the fuck I want it to be. Because I got nothing left to lose. And I'm hanging out. Having a good time. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute or two. That's right. You're the kind of friend I know will pick up where we left off. You're the kind of friend I know will pick up where we left off. You're listening to Modern Imagination with Slapstick Machete. First ever live episode. What I want to talk about, what I want to say. The episode after the tornado. What's on your mind? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Don't be afraid to say what everyone else is thinking about. There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room.
He's sitting on you.
There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. There's an elephant in the room. He's sitting on you. I got battle scars. I got battle scars. And the wounds, I thought they were closed up, but now they're open again. I think that's what Noah's talking about. Yeah. Trauma never goes away. And when something scary like this happens, you're gonna feel a lot of shit you felt before. It's gonna come back. It's gonna stir up. This was a massive tragedy. To every ideology that promised you safety. How can you keep your promises, all right? How can you keep your promises? All right. All right. Maybe I should take a breath. Maybe I should keep going. Maybe I should go up. Maybe I should go down. Get silly, get absurd. Maybe I should just be serious. I don't know. What do you want to hear? Maybe I should just drink my Coors Light. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I got a new idea. I know when it hits my head and I decide, let it free. Let it free. Let it be what it wants to be when you let it free. I got an idea. I'm going to type it on the page as fast as possible. But let me tell you this. I still didn't drink that chorus. So hold on. Hold on. I still didn't drink that chorus yet. Hold on. Let's get it. Coronavirus is a scary time. In this night, gonna get you tonight. Look out. Look out. I can do whatever the fuck I want on this microphone. And it's okay, I can call it poetry, and you can say, I don't get it. I'm not here to be God. I'm here to lay myself bare on the stage for the whole world to see how fucked up you be. Dismember yourself for public criticism and peer review. You know, I'll tell you the truth. I really do this because I'm looking for a 7.8 on the pitchfork. That's right. If I got that shit under my belt, I can walk into Brooklyn and everyone will bow down. That motherfucker got a 7.8. 7.8. 7.8. I've been drinking a lot, smoking a lot, and I feel a lot better. I've been drinking a lot, smoking a lot, and I feel a lot better. I've been drinking a lot, smoking a lot, smoking a lot, smoking a lot. And I feel a lot better. Oh, you know how it is. I'm trying my best to help out in whatever way I can. I'm trying to process in whatever way I know how. Can you help me? There's a lot on my mind. I wish everyone would just take the time and talk about it outside and talk about it off a device. Oh shit. Do I sound like Father John Mosby? I love Father John Mosby. He's different, but I like it. I sound like Father John Misty talking about technology, like I got something to say that hasn't been said before. Maybe I do. I can make up some weird shit. That's why I come up with band names like Sam and Chicken. Because ain't nobody done that before. That's original shit. You can put two words together and it's something brand new. That's how it goes. Refrain, 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 refrain. I just chose two motherfucking popular words. And I put them together. And that's a band name. And people are familiar with chicken. They're familiar with the salmon of the sea. That's right. But ain't nobody thought of the two together unless they're walking through the aisle in the Kroger that was torn down on Rosa Parks. I've been hitting up the liquor store. I was walking in the liquor store and there was this guy standing outside the liquor store. It's like a little grassy patch in the parking lot. And I was like walking in and he was yelling. Not at anyone, he was just yelling. So I'll kind of recreate this. I'm getting out of my car, I open the door. This is what I hear. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. And he said it louder every time, and he said it with more oomph in his chest, more breath. And I walked in the liquor store. I can still hear the there. I'm buying my whiskey, and this is all I hear over and over. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. And then I grab my whiskey, I'm walking out the door in my brown bag. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. How can you forget those words? How can you forget? I hear those words every time I buy a whiskey now. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. I've been through all the bullshit on God's green earth. I got some words in my backpack. I don't have to improvise this whole episode. I'm gonna use them for inspiration. Let's see what we got. Okay. Thanks for listening. Have I got something to say? This is episode 8. That means that my collaboration with Steven is going well. We made music on Monday night. We're going to have an episode out on Wednesday afternoon. That's productivity, exposure, exposure, exposure. Put yourself out there for the whole world to see how fucked up you are and how fucked up we can be if we just set ourselves free. I said set yourself free. I want to see you flower and bloom. Lay upon the soil your mother's toil. Lay upon the tree branches curling over with fresh, ripe fruit, knowledge of good and evil. It's been a really rough start this decade of ours. Before the year started, I had something to say. Optimism. The 20s are new and good. Good things are coming. Good things. Good things. But January was all right. February February was the shittiest month of my life. But with March comes good things, I told myself. Until I was chilling at my house, playing with cassette tapes. I put on my oldest shoes. I found those artifacts in my closet. I'm talking black and white Converse All-Stars that single out shit. This song is dedicated to the shoes I left inside my bedroom closet. They have paint stains, blood stains, they had writing on them that had smeared off and other writing. They were torn, except for the plastic parts in the back and front. You could see the side of my feet in that thing. They still held up. They've been to Venezuela. They've been to Pennsylvania. That's an important landmark. They've been to concerts. They've seen Flyleaf. Actually, at a Flyleaf concert back in the day. I was at a Flyleaf concert. There was this really cute girl. She was dancing near me, and she was barefoot. We're standing on these jagged rocks, and I was like the nice kid, and I was like, "Hey, your feet look sore. Would you like to wear my shoes?" Nike romantic motherfucker. All right, and so she said, "Yeah." And so we let loose, and like Flyleaf was playing, and like the bass player with a giant beard climbed up on the stage like 30 feet. It was like, oh, and he like jumped down, and like everyone thought he like broke his leg, but he just went right down into a note. And I was like, wow, wasn't that amazing? And I looked at the girl next to me who I'd given my shoes to, and she was gone. Those are my shoes that have seen everything. Those are my shoes that captured my personality. Those were the shoes that made me feel and I was at a festival with about 50,000 people in tents. I everywhere, wasn't it? There's no way I was going to find my favorite shoes. There's no way I'm going to find my favorite shoes. A day goes by. You don't even look for them at that point. Sometimes you glance at the crowd, kind of ruined every show after that. I was just kind of looking for this girl, like not enjoying the music. My favorite shoes. They'd seen a lot. They knew me. I don't want to say they were like my best friend, but maybe they were. And that's okay. I can love some things. I can love some things. That's special to me. What's special to you? This is a real audience participation question. Right now, everyone who's listening to this is going to answer, and only they are going to hear it. And that's going to be beautiful. Shit, I forgot my question. I hope you remember it. You remember my question, Steve? I don't fucking know. All right. That's just the intro, because here we are. We're bringing the 11th floor board to you. That's some crazy psychedelia. What is the 11th floor board, you may say? I've never heard of such a place. Sounds crazy. Well, the 11th floor ward is a timeless, placeless place. This is what it looks like. No one's actually seen it except for one person named Bystander. You may have received some of his poetry in the streets. You may have some of it in your pockets or on your refrigerator. The prelude to the apocalypse is what we call it in the future. Artifact, artifact, artifact. So, Bystander in this body, and everything is bright around him, but not in a like light rays hit you in the face, more of like a constant light everywhere and steady illumination. and like bleeding and tripping, they're torn. Some of them have a little bit left, but one of them's like torn. 3 umbilical cords torn from the back of his head, his own flesh. But he doesn't really understand this. His first experience of the world, because whatever state he was in, who knows, his interpretation of the world was that pain, this strange brightness, and still his eyes were overwhelmed, and he fell back and he shut his eyes and curled in pain. And the next moment he was conscious, he was in a stairway, a concrete stairway. It had stained glass windows, and it was 7 steps up, and 7 steps up, and 7 steps up, in a zigzag. And a door, after every 14, every door said number 11, 11th floor. He climbed up, 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 up. 11th floor. He climbed down, 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 down. 11th floor. He opened the door, walked down the hallway, every room. 1109. He opened the door, a long hallway. 1109. He opened the door into the bedroom, the 1-bedroom apartment. He walked in, there was a little hallway, there was a shopping cart with some trash bags in it. There was a wooden case on the wall with cassette tapes and 3 VHS tapes hung above. One was a hologram, one was the wall by Pink Floyd, and one was Scream, and all the faces on it were screaming. There was books over here, and he walked in, he tripped over cassettes on the floor, and papers, and words, and strange symbols he didn't recognize. He didn't know where he was. He was trapped. There was a balcony, but when he looked out, there was nothing. Pure abyss. Pure abyss. And he walked around, there was a bed, and there was empty cigarette packs. Who was here before? What is this place? There was 70s science books, there was science fiction and poetry, there was ancient Egyptian literature. So he investigated further. What is this place? Who am I? What is this existence? What is reality? When all he had was what was within arm's reach, is all he had was images on a page, all he had was symbols he had to learn to understand. He had to learn to understand cassette tapes he would play and listen to. He had to learn how to hit the typewriter. What are these strange symbols? Why do they do this? Pressing ink to pad on the page. A printer, a scanner. Bystander in the 11th floor board. Now listen to this. This is where it gets really fucking nuts. So like, let me just make sure tape's still going. Yeah, we got side A is coming to a close. So let me tell you how this ends. There ain't no ending, motherfucker. He's in a timeless place. Bystander. That's hard, motherfucker. We're gonna end this side hard, and then we're gonna go into some other shit. But what I want to say is, if you moved one cassette tape in one room and moved in all the rest, if you moved a book in one of the rooms and then walked out to the next room, that book was moved. If he knocked over some shit and ran to the next room, that room had shit knocked over. He's traveled hundreds of miles in this infinite, bottomless pit, floating in the abyss. No one's made this connection yet, including me. The first book in the sci-fi trilogy I've been working on for 10 years is called Dust in the Abyss. What a transition. So bystander bystander is trapped in this strange place, the 11th floor ward. We'll get back to that in a second, but what really is flooring me is these words that came into my head 10 years ago and began what you are now hearing, manifested my ideas. I need to share them in every way. I can't let them die with me. I want to preserve my mind, my thoughts, my dreams. I want to preserve my consciousness, my heart, my soul, my words. I want to preserve. I want to preserve. I want to make a mark. Dust in the Abyss is where this entire thing began. The first idea. Dust in the Abyss. That's where this all began. 10 years ago, those words came into my head. And that began a journey I'm still on. So listen to me, motherfucker. When you got an idea and you don't think you can manifest it, then no matter what bullshit life throws at you, ideas grow legs. And my idea, those words, dust in the abyss, propel the sci-fi story that you are now hearing in all the many facets and forms. My masterpiece, self-help. I made this for me. How does one handle reality without processing it through fantasy? And how does one handle reality without processing it through fantasy? How does one have a good day without marijuana? Who are the motherfuckers that are 100% of the time sober, feeling good, and happy as hell? Where are you? I'd like to get to know you. Teach me your ways. I need some life lessons. I'm 29. I can't afford any more classes. I got too many left over to pay for. Man, I think I'm up to like paying for like junior year. No, I'm still paying my sophomore classes. What was I doing then? Man, I'm right now. I am paying for my improv class at college. Motherfucker, why do you go to college and get student loans for theater? Well, I'll tell you this, I wanted to be a movie star. So, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a movie star. So what do? When people tell you, you gotta go to college, get an education. If you want to have a job in the field that interests you. Well, I was like, okay, well, let's look what these fields are. Oh, theater? That's like acting. I like acting. I want to be a movie star. Since I was a little kid, dancing on Florida sand after I had just seen White Christmas and pretending I was Fred Astaire. So I was like, well, if they have a whole bachelor's degree for the subject of theater, then it's probably like a hot commodity, you know? If people are paying to get an education, lots of money, then theater must be a good choice, you know? Why would they build a whole education system with a class and a degree that you wouldn't be able to get a job after? I mean, aren't they there to help you learn and make society better and help people follow the things they're naturally drawn to? They're not just trying to like get your money. That's your life they're dealing with. Why would a school want to get all your money? Why would they bend over backwards to have a whole theater degree unless they're just setting you up for failure and you're paying a lot along the way? Because how many of my theater friends are working in theater? It's okay, you can be honest about it. I have a theater degree. No, it's a minor. Oh shit, I changed it last minute. Yeah, then I studied philosophy. I was like, I need to be a mature adult. Only kids want to play in theater. I don't want to be a play, I want to be a philosopher. You know, if that's a degree, there must be jobs for that, right? There's some philosophy jobs. Hey, we're looking for a philosopher. We just started a technology company, and we just want to like make sure as we progress that we're like consistent with ancient philosophies and like different philosophies like along the way, so that we can make good decisions and be reasonable and logical. You know, let's have a philosopher to really ask the right questions, so that as we progress with technology, we'll be conscious of the implications. You know, we don't want to just let technology run amok and progress because we're confused on the ethics. You know, I feel like if you're like, hey, this car might injure everyone that it drives by. We're not sure, but this car might also be the safest car. It might be the most dangerous, it might be the most safest. You're on my cord. Oh my God, Steven, my cord. I'm the one with the mic, and it hurts so bad. So, yeah, that's just my rant about college education and how I'm still fucked. I added it up. If I steal a 2014 or 15 Escalade, like, and sell that, I'd be able to pay off all my student loans, you know? Or I have to become an executive in my company and sell my soul, or I have to make it big in the poetry industry, or I have to be a famous rock star. Here I am paying. I'm not gonna hide it. $550 a month on student loans, on theater and philosophy. Talk about the fool in town. But maybe no one told me any different. I just went with the words I was told. You tell a kid when he's 9 years old that if he doesn't speak in tongues, that he's going to hell and burning forever, then that kid is going to try to speak in tongues. If you tell someone that they have to go to college if they want to have a good life and be happy, then you go to college and you want to have a good life, you want to be happy. I wasn't around too many rebels at the time. It was more a bunch of rule followers and assholes. And I was the kid that just didn't fit in, the weirdo. I was a little hyper, a little ADHD. I said whatever was on my mind. And people said, no. Cool it down, tone it down. No, this kid has ADHD. No, we understand. You're a hyper one, huh? I will fuck around and pull your ear. In 7th, 6th grade, no, I was in 5th grade. I'm gonna yank your ear and actually deform it. Because you say things that make me mad. And I'm an angry motherfucking teacher because we're in a cult where everyone has to wear long sleeves and long pants. Men have to cut their hair. Women can't cut their hair. No one can wear jewelry. Watches are okay. It's in fucking Florida heat, this fucking cult. I'm sorry, I'm not hating on the people, but they really fucked up some shit. They fucked up some shit in me. I got trauma from that weird shit, from being around people all hunched over like they're puking, saying words like this. And when you're a little kid, and that's right within eye line, and they're telling you that's what you gotta do in order to not be tortured by God eternity, you're like, well, I better lean over and speak some gibberish. But what if they're faking it? You know, the fakers? Yeah. Are you a faker? I don't think you actually speak in tongues. No, I heard that. That just sounded like you were making up words. When I speak in tongues, the Holy Spirit takes over, and I am like, I don't even know what's happening. Just the presence of God, the glory. I'm overwhelmed. Well, 11-year-old girl, the glory. I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, that's what you think about. I think about Furbies and trampolines and my friend's Sega Genesis. Can't wait to get to like be babysat in that house again, man. They got Sega Genesis and a trampoline and a pool. That's what I was thinking about, while also dealing with really scary shit about like eternal death or eternal life. Like that's a lot for a kid in the 90s to deal with. I'm living in the 90s. And the people around me are consumed with heaven or hell. That's pretty fucking strange when you're growing up. Reading this book written from thousands of years ago with words that don't make sense to a kid growing up in Florida because he hasn't understood the culture of the time. He didn't know the context. He didn't know what oral tradition was. He didn't know who the Egyptians were. He didn't know the story of Mesopotamia. He didn't know about Pangea. He didn't even know about science. Because he entered into that world like bystander, entered into the 11th floor ward, immediately surrounded by artifacts that he could not control, with an abyss always looking at him. Dust in the abyss. I've never made that connection before, that the 11th floor ward is dust in the abyss. So are you. We're just fucking dust in the abyss. That means we exist. And that means I can grab a microphone and hear my voice really loud. And if this was like 2,000 years ago, and Jesus was on the mount, and I walked up with a microphone and an amp, people would be like, oh shit, that's not Jesus, that's our Messiah. You know how loud he is? And then if I had my friend 2,000 years ago on the mount with all the crowds there, and Jesus is giving his sermon, he's like, blessed are the meek of heart, blessed are the poor. He just saying nice shit to the people in front of him. Blessed are the misfits, the misprints, the fleas, the lice, the cockroaches, and other hard-working pedestrians. And they're like, yeah, Jesus is the Messiah. And if I walked up there with Stephen on the hill, and we had portable amps, I could talk on the microphone, they'd hear this instrument, they've only heard harps and shit, and they'd be like, he plays the harp! He plays the harp with power from above! Who is this fiddler? I don't even know if that existed yet. Who is this songwriter? They would say, it is the prophet Stephen. Who has he brought? The voice of God! The voice of God! You know that would happen. Here's why it's a dilemma, because I'm Slapstick Machete, and I'm friends with Bystander, and I'm friends with Steven. And Bystander invented a time machine. Now, I told you in the beginning, now you know a little bit further in the story, there's a gap between. So you're like, what the hell does that mean? Like, Bystander's just figuring out reality. How does this man trapped in this room with cassette tapes and a typewriter invent a time machine? We'll get to that on this episode or the next. You'll just have to see. So here's the deal. Sometimes I forget what I'm saying. And I let the music take over. My God, are y'all listening to this? I'm just going to be honest. There's nothing better than someone giving you a microphone and a sound system and playing their instrument in such a badass way. This is better than going to a show and paying $10 and nodding my head and buying beers. I'm hearing music in the moment from a composer in the 21st century. He is giving it all he got. Nothing left to lose. He's running in a swimsuit. He's running in a swimsuit. Hey, where was I, audience? Hey, audience, am I entertaining you? Do you want me to get sillier? All right, I'm going to do a silly one. my life that's also a great beer. You know, I'm not picky. I'll take any beer for $2.50. Hey, you got a bucket of beer? You like me enough to share? Hey, I feel good. I'm hanging out with people that we share cigarettes with and bottles of beer, and we got each other. We don't even Venmo. We just know that we're always going to be there, hanging out, having a good time. We just share, because that's all you can do. I'm asking you and you to share. Hopefully I haven't tangled up this mic too much. Oh shit. Sometimes I lose track. Sometimes I lose track. That's okay. Talk about losing track. You got something to say, then you better say it. When they got the page, you better say it. Alright, I know what I want to say. I'm back in the keys, baby. Well, back in the keys, baby. I'm typing real fast. Gravity descends like microwave mountain. Hit me hard in the chest like Big Other. Oh! Are you going to the Saber Chicken Show? On April 26th. Intellectual Property Day. Yeah, we're going to go celebrate Intellectual Property Day with us at the Villager at 9 o'clock. There's a couple bands. We got Wrong Eagle. Megan's Orca. And we're going to close out the night with Saber Chicken and other surprises along the way. Prepare yourself. I'm going to tell you this here. Here's the rules. Salmon Chicken only plays at one place. Villager. We don't got anything against the rest, but we're just a weird fucking band. And we want to go to the free show on Sunday. Once a quarter. Once a quarter, 4 times a year, Salmon Chicken is playing in the Villager. And it's improvised words, typed words, your words, words on Cards Against Humanity, bands, players, music. Salmon Chicken's going to improvise for you and do call and response music. It's the best jazz fusion band since your favorite jazz fusion band. And man, there might be wrestling, there might be tap dancing, there might be skateboard tricks. So just come out. There's going to be a VHS camcorder cameraman, or woman, or person, depending on your pronoun. So, let's get goofy, I said, and I forgot. Coffee! 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 This is coffee! Would you like to go get some coffee? Coffee! Would you like to go to hike with me? Coffee! Would you like to get to know me? I told myself I'm a really smart guy, and I'm not really nice. I also have good fashion. But I just been getting lonely because I've had some weird relationships in the past, and they were good, and they had their bad moments and good moments, and I was definitely in love all the times, but it never filled this void that I've always been feeling that was filled by force-fed religion and relationships that promised to set me free from all of the scary shit that haunted me. So I tried to find love and forgot about myself. One of my favorite philosophers, old Fried Rich, that's how I say it because that's how it's spelled. Fried Rich. Look him up, you'll know who it is. He told me this when I was reading this book. He said, don't love your neighbor, love yourself. Flee from your neighbor. And it hit me hard. I haven't really processed the flea from your neighbor stuff, but in the context, it went something like this. Love yourself. Everything I was taught was to be selfless growing up. And I had a misunderstood understanding of that. Mistakes mistaken as mistakes. So I never really focused on myself. Hey, thanks for coming out to my open mic night. That's just the mic check, and we're about ready to put on the show, you know? Not that many people come out to my open mic night. But next time we're going to have it at Relax Inn, where you can relax in. It was newly renovated, has free Wi-Fi, if the comedy is what you're looking for. In the 11th World War, here's what happened. Bystander was reaching out in his imagination, and other people in other times and places were reaching out in their imagination, and their fingertips touched. And eventually they found a way to travel to each other's times, and they became friends, a traveling troupe of weirdos that talk about shit from the future, and everyone thinks it's entertaining. But I'm Josiah Rose, I'm one of those people really diving into the imagination. Bystander's not me, but he's possessed me. Slapstick Machete's not me, but he possessed me. We're all vessels of the imagination manifesting itself. Do you feel it? A moment's anew, a moment's gone, passing faster and faster. Do you feel it? Do you feel loved? Have you been able to say what's weighing you down? If you can't say it to anyone else, say it to yourself. Say what you want to say that you think will only come out when you're having conversation with someone who's not there. Let it out. Put on the tape, whatever it takes. If you need to say it on the keys and the guitar, do it. If you need to say it with a country song, if you need to say it with like a really long Instagram post, if you need to say it with like what you wear that day, if you need to say it by giving a hug or getting a hug, same thing, yo. Same thing. I'm gonna transition at that really sweet part. Clean up your room. Clean up your room, clean up your room, clean up your room. Clean up your room. Clean up your room. I don't want to clean up my room. You better do it. No. I want to get you. No. I like messy stuff. Clean up your room. No. I won't let you clean up my room. I hate it. I'm just going to mess it up again. Let me just let it be. Give me a break. I like a little chaos in my life. I've been reading some nihilism. Clean up your room or you're getting a spanking. Shit. I don't want a spanking. I don't want my father, whom I trust, to slap me in the ass with a weapon. But it happened to everyone, and there's like, a lot of people think that's just how you discipline children, so I think that's kind of fucked up. I'm sorry, I don't have children yet, you know, so I may not be knowing the actual context of the situation where you want to punish your kid with physical violence that may hurt them. So, I'm just saying, growing up, being born in 1990, being a part of the culture too, and then being a part of respectable denominations of Christianity that force-fed a new religion, a gospel, spread it. You're going to be a preacher. We're so proud of you. You know how to preach sermons. Oh my God, you're the next Billy Graham. Oh my God. Finally, someone liked me. The weirdo was accepted because they molded him into what they wanted him to be, but he was unaware. Until his mentor at the time told him to read Aristotle and Plato. He told him to start with this. Plato's Republic, Book 7. That's the allegory of the cave. And I'm telling you, the story that has transformed the entire cosmos, the most true thing ever said, changed my fucking life. And it was downhill from there. I was married for a while, and eventually my ideas were changing. I was evolving. It struck me hard, like coronavirus. You know what I mean? It hit me hard, and I wasn't the same. And it goes like this. You've heard it before. I've kind of